Hey guys, Steve here. So with PA tuning, this is a bit more of a modern approach. I'll cut to the chase first and then explain it a bit more later. Basically, get your iPhone or whatever, which has an app like Tone Gen or Tone Generator. They're all pretty similar, which gives you a frequency. And it tells you what the frequency is, which is really handy. And it outputs the frequency all at the same level, as you can see, like, oh God. So that's the same volume, so it sits just roughly above the line all the way through. So what you want to do is you want to cycle through from 20k back down to 20 hertz, and you need to be able to hear every single frequency at the same volume. If you can't, then use your EQ. If that's too loud, then turn it down. If this is too soft, then turn it up in a relative sense, and that will give you a spectrum for your front of house PA, which is optimized for listening to mastered music. Now, explaining that a little bit more, mastered music goes through often something like this. You know, it's the waves L3, and in mastering music, you know, you can see it doesn't get past this this hard limit here. So of course, what people do is mix right up into that limit, and that is being able to hear all the sounds as close to even at that limit as possible, and that's how you know, that's how a PA system, if you call it that, or a monitoring system in a mastering or a really good mix studio works for people who've put these together. So naturally, for it to be reproduced the best, you want to be able to hear all frequencies evenly, just like in the recording studio, as you would at your PA live, which is why running a sine sweep through it, which is really easy to do, again, gives you that. So do that to the main master EQ, and that does it to the front of house. I also recommend doing it to the foldbacks as well. Only with the foldbacks, probably take out some of the lower end, because you'll get, you know, if you're not using in-ears, you'll actually get a bit of low end spill from your front of house PA, so you don't need the low end coming through as hot on the foldbacks. So that optimizes the PA for samples and mastered music. I guess in doing that, you highlight some errors in some other common bits of gear, which is really apparent in the studio, but probably not so apparent live. Actually, it's pretty typical. You probably noticed that a lot of speakers are pretty hot, sort of 2 to 5 to 6K. So I'd say you'll probably end up with something like a bit of a curve. This is a different thing, which you know, really pulls out those levels, because that's where your ear really hears hard at sort of 3 or 4K, and you know, you might have to push up some low end. I don't know. Often it'll be completely different on every system. But anyway, getting back to it, yeah, you might find running a simple SM58, for instance, through a system that is, I guess, clean in a sense. You'll probably notice how boomy an SM58 is, more so than you might have before. And also, yeah, due to the proximity effect of an SM58. So you're probably going to find you'll be EQing live a lot more like you would in a studio, which is a good thing. So yeah, so rather than, I guess, the old method of tuning a PA system to an SM58, tune a PA system to mastered music, and then account for an SM58 on an SM58 channel. So I've got one here, and I've got it 1 2 1 2 going into channel 1. So I mean, two. Like that's still two. Like I mean, the bulk of my voice is still coming through pretty hot at 400 or 500 hertz. This is, and that's even with it rolled out. Without this on, you know, like you just get so much low end through speaking close into an SM58. So you're probably going to notice that a lot of channels, except for, you know, kick and bass and low toms, that you really are rolling out pretty hard the lows, and you know, get some presence in there. I highly recommend using a de-esser on the main vocals, so you can slam the tops, get some clarity in there, and not get the S's which stick out. And then, you know, like I'm into the mic now, and you don't hear frequencies which stick out as much. Yeah, which I guess means it's a bit more natural. So yeah, it's it's a different approach to traditional, running your master EQ to suit your front of house EQ to suit mastered music instead of to suit a single microphone. But it yeah, it does two things. It lets you you probably won't have as much feedback because, well, yeah, you definitely won't if you do it properly, because, you know, no frequencies can get out past this this theoretical maximum level. So I mean, you don't have, once you've gone through from 20 to 20k, which, you know, that's switched off, you don't have any frequencies at all which stick out because you've tested all of them, and you can do it so quickly. So yeah, so you'll have much less feedback issues, and your playback material will sound better. If you're coming from the old method where you tuned an entire PA system to a vocal microphone, then yeah, EQing things like vocal microphones is going to be a bit different. Anyway, so hopefully that helped, and see you soon. Bye.